All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's just give it a moment here. I don't know if we've got a good signal, but let's let it connect here. All right. Well, I see a little activity here, but let's just make sure it's coming in. You guys hearing me okay? Ladies and gentlemen, am I coming in? All right. Looks like the notifications are doing their job this morning. All right. This is Joe Imbriano. I'm coming to you from the rain-soaked streets of Fullerton, California on this Wednesday morning, and I want to talk to you about something that's in the news. I don't normally talk about mindless nonsense and the people that are part of promoting it, like these Hollywood celebrities and stuff, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to talk about somebody that thinks she's really special, and you know, I don't know why, but you know, some people think they're really special, and most of the people that do are really on the wrong side of the right things. So without any further ado, introductions. Joe Imbriano, the Fullerton Informer, PO Box 4121, Fullerton, California 92834. Email is joeimbriano777@gmail.com. On the web at wifidangers.com and the fullertoninformer.com, 5gdangers.com, celltowerdangers.com, apple666.org, disney666.com, and a host and myriad of other sites that I run. So there's this lady, or if you want to call it that, this person called Jillian Michael, I guess is this thing's name. And this person has a serious problem with this thing called a ketogenic diet. And, you know, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I have a biology degree, I have a chemistry degree, and I'm very familiar with the ketogenic diet, and I know people that have been on it for years. I know people that live in ketosis. I know people that have spent their entire adult life eating fats and protein with minimal amounts of fruits, plenty of vegetables, and they're very healthy people, they're very smart people, very normal people. And the people that I see on TV that are bashing this, they look like some Amazon dude with like these huge shoulders, and it makes me question whether that's really even a woman. And then this person is apparently engaged to another woman, and that makes me question whether this person's even really a woman. So, you know, I mean, I wonder sometimes, you know, what kind of people these are that are giving all this advice out to all of you. And, you know, there is a war declared on your health by the food companies, the drug companies, the vaccine manufacturers, and the media. I mean, just look at look at the television, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the products that are advertised on the television. It's nothing but garbage. And you know, all the drugs, all the side effects, all this stuff. Anyway, for lack of a better description, the ketogenic diet will put most of the pharmaceutical companies right out of business. I mean, in theory and in practice, you know, eliminating refined carbohydrates and eating things like fats and nuts and seeds and vegetables and eggs and broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage and eggs and cheese and olive oil and walnuts and sunflower seeds and celery and apples and papayas. You know, you eat your fruit after your dinner. I mean, look, folks, it works, okay? That's why they've got this mouthpiece running hit pieces on it, because people are getting off insulin, people are getting off of blood pressure pills, people are getting off of all their drugs because it works, okay? Oh yeah, and the government has these side effects. They talk about, oh, if you go on a ketogenic diet, you're going to get these side effects. Well, these side effects are actually the side effects of Wi-Fi exposure. Why doesn't the vile, disgusting, scumbag entities that run the government warn everybody about what all this microwave exposure is doing, as they tell us to eat 20 slices of bread and 2 pounds of pasta every day to turn insulin resistance into the word of the day in every cell in our body? It's unbelievable, folks, how corrupt and evil the government and the media is, and how people, you know, sit there and just lap up all of the propaganda and the lies, and they've got these tripped out women telling us what to eat, what to think, what to drink. I'm sorry, but you know, any woman that's got shoulders bigger than a football player, to me, is a little bit off base. And, you know, the problem with these women is they don't have their family values down, and they think they have everything else down. And I'm sorry, but, you know, if you lose me on that, you lost me, okay? So, you know, anyway, so there's a war on health, folks. There's a war on health, and what we've got going on here is people are engaging in it because they're sellouts, and the science is in. We know that the food pyramid is a death sentence. We know these things, folks. Why do you think they have the food pyramid, ladies and gentlemen? It is an inverted pyramid that is designed to give you diabetes and heart disease and obesity and cancer and all kinds of chronic metabolic disorders, so the pharmaceutical companies can rush in, swoop you up, wrap you up in a cocoon in their spider web, and mine your health and put you in an early grave to fulfill the dreams of the eugenicists. And that's exactly what's going on. Now, I go into a store, and boy, it's becoming an adventure to find something that is worth purchasing, because 99% of everything in the stores is designed to kill you. That's right. All the beverages with the sugar, with the fructose, with the high fructose corn syrup, with the corn syrup. Now they call it refiner syrup. Now they call it, you know, they got these other names for it so you can't identify it. All these things are designed to kill you. There is nothing wrong with having a banana before a bike ride. There's nothing wrong with having a bowl of pasta the night before you go on a jog, okay? There's nothing wrong with consuming foods that have energy in them, but you're not going to use the energy sitting in a cubicle typing on a keyboard, or standing behind a counter ringing up grocery items, or sitting on the couch pushing the buttons on the remote control, or sitting inside of a dark room with a virtual reality headset on, playing video games. But, you know, if you're into health and if you're into working out, then carbs are good for you, folks. But if you're a normal person that has a pretty normal life these days, where they have a minimal amount of physical activity, you really shouldn't be consuming pretty much any carbohydrates at all. At least no refined ones. There's no reason why you shouldn't switch into ketosis and burn off all that fat that's hanging on you, because it's not doing your body any good. I mean, seriously, who has time to look at themselves in the mirror and watch their shoulders grow like the Incredible Hulk, like that woman does, right? I'll tell you right now, folks, nobody does. So the real world, you know, working out all the time is not an option for people. And for the people that have that much time on their hands, they ought to do better things with their lives. Like try to figure out how to help other people instead of just looking at yourself in the mirror all day. But you see, that's what happens. Jillian Michaels has declared war on health by coming out strongly and publicly against a diet that is effective, that has saved lives, and that, quite frankly, is probably one of the best diets you could ever go on. Because to be quite frank with you, ladies and gentlemen, it's the diet of humanity's past. We did not not have Kellogg's and Bisquick and Aunt Jemima and Coca-Cola and Keebler and Entenmann's and C&H and Pepsi and you know, all of these gold medal bags with grains inside them that have been refined and powdered and pulverized and brominated and dried out and desiccated with glyphosate and irradiated and enriched with folic acid. And look, folks, this crap was not around, and when it became available, that's when health started to decline. People in general drank cow's milk and goat's milk and ate eggs and ate meat and ate vegetables and had a root cellar and, you know, jarred, you know, preserved fruits for the winter. And they did just fine. If you go to all the cemeteries from the old countries, you'll see two anomalies. That is, people lived to be 100 years old, and people lived to be, they died early, okay? They died very early. They either died when they were 2 or 3 years old at birth, or they died at 100. And now we've got all in between, folks. You see, the invention of refined carbohydrates and the mass marketing of carbohydrates is a weaponization of our food supply, and we supposedly have these health gurus coming out against the avoidance of such things, and that's, in my opinion, very evil. Okay, so when somebody declares war on common sense, that leads me to believe that they are aligned with some very dark forces, ladies and gentlemen. And you can do your homework on this particular individual. I think her track record on many issues precedes her and speaks for itself. And I'm here to tell you that 99% of the stuff in the grocery store is poison. It's not fit for human consumption. And the people at Kellogg's and RGR Nabisco that are putting cartoons, and General Mills that are putting cartoons on these cereal boxes to get these kids to eat this garbage, they belong in prison, but you know, they'll get theirs when they die. Because as my Lord and Savior had warned, the words of Jesus Christ himself, it would be better for a millstone to be hung around your neck and to be cast into the depths of the sea than to lead one of these little ones astray. And when you take a child and get them all hopped up on Count Chocula with vampiric satanic cartoons and high fructose corn syrup and Blue Lake 40 and all these synthetic minerals and vitamins and the wrong oxidation state of these minerals and metals and all these glyphosate-laced grains and all of this health-destroying garbage, and they put these cartoons on the boxes with prizes at the bottom so they'll engorge themselves to get to the little toy. You're one sick M-O-F-O, okay? And you know what? You're going to get your millstone around your neck and hung around your neck and thrown into the depths of the sea one of these days. Because it's going to feel like the sharks are ripping the skin off of your bones as you're drowning. Because you're going to all die a miserable death from ruining children. And when you die, you're going to go straight to hell for doing it. In the meantime, for all these talking heads on television that want to declare war on your health, just don't buy their pills and their products and shut the TV off, folks. And as far as for Jillian Michael or Michael Jillian or whatever this person is, I haven't figured it out yet. You're free to say whatever you want. You're free to look like whatever you want to look like. You're free to date whoever you date. And I'm free to call out what you are, and that is you're declaring a war on health and you're an enemy of humanity. And so I'll close this broadcast with that, ladies and gentlemen. God bless all of you. Shut that TV off, and in Jesus' name we